All right, Nick, let's talk about the New England Patriots. As we know, offseason has commenced, the draft has gone through. Now we're going to dig deep and see if any of these late round guys, maybe even some of these undrafted free agents the Patriots brought in, could work out. And there's one guy in particular that the coaches are talking about, fans are really looking into, and I think we like this guy as well. This is an undrafted free agent who has made the 90-man roster for the Patriots. I think this is a really interesting pickup for them. Let's get in the article and we can talk about it more on the other side. This is from over on heavy.com. It says the Patriots invited 23 players to try out for the team during the minicamp session. One of those players impressed the coaching staff enough to earn a contract and a spot on the 90-man roster. As reported by Aaron Wilson of KPRC2 Houston on May 13th, the New England Patriots have signed undrafted edge defender Jay Person. As Person went undrafted in the 2024 NFL Draft, his road to making a 53-man NFL roster is a long one, but the star edge rusher out of UT Chattanooga has passed his first test. Out of the 23 undrafted free agents invite and a handful of other rookies, Person impressed the coaching staff enough to earn a spot on the Patriots 90-man roster in an invite to the OTA workouts beginning May 20th. Again, this is from heavy.com. Nick, I think this is great news for Person. And I think this could be a great pickup for the Patriots. I'm curious what your thoughts are, but Patriots fan, in the comments below, as we move into, OTAs, as we move into this offseason workouts and what we're able to see from this team, who are you the most excited about, whether it's a late round draft pick, whether it's undrafted free agent, who do you think is going to rise to the top and show themselves to be the next big thing for the New England Patriots? Let us know in the comment section below. But Nick, what are your thoughts on this pickup for the Patriots?
So when you're trying to find a guy who's a late round or undrafted free agent potential steal, you want to go into what makes a steal and why players fall late in the draft or sometimes out of the draft. And the most common characteristics is players that play not at the highest level of Division I football, right? And Person fits that, of course, playing D1 AA FCS in the Southern Conference for the University of Tennessee Chattanooga squad. And this was a guy who started at Appalachian State, Sun Belt mid-major, ended up transferring to UT Chattanooga, where he had a 2-year run where he was dominant, 9.5 sacks in 2023, 8.5 in 2022, was conference defensive player of the year, elite superstar when he went to that smaller level. So that's the first factor, played small-time college football. That's the reason he fell out of the draft. The second factor is he's a touch undersized. He's listed only at 233 pounds. So again, he's not the prototypical size for an edge defender. You're looking more for 6'4", 6'5", 250 if you're looking for ideal perfect world. So the fact that he's a little undersized and played at the 1AA FCS level, that's why he's here. Now, in terms of his talent and his ability to be productive, it definitely showed out at UT Chattanooga. And one thing I think is really important to understand, this is a guy that for 4 years at App State could not break through the depth chart, was just buried. 1 sack in 4 years. But then now again, remember, this is App State Sun Belt level. So kind of like bottom tier D1A football. But then he goes to the Southern Conference, which is top tier football in the Division I AA level, FCS level for Chattanooga, top 25 kind of program at that level. And he's the best player on the field 9 times out of 10. In fact, when he played the Alabama Crimson Tide this past season, he recorded one of his 9.5 sacks. So we know he can play football. I think he was just buried in App State in the depth chart for any number of reasons. The coaching staff didn't like him, right? There was maybe a better player that the coaching staff thought had more potential in front of him. People forget at the college level, these coaches aren't nearly as good as they are at the professional level, obviously, but they don't play a lot of players. Patriots fans, you're a great example of this. Tom Brady didn't start a lot for the Michigan Wolverines, and he's the greatest quarterback of all time, right? You guys know this story. It's a tale as old as time. College coaches make a mistake. A player who should play doesn't. He's actually a really good player. I think Person follows that same role. Couldn't break the depth chart at all at Appalachian State. Goes to University of Tennessee Chattanooga, and he just absolutely dominates. And when he returns to Division I, against the Alabama Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa, has a really nice day, picks up that sack that I mentioned. This is a guy who's productive. This is a guy who flashes. And the fact that the Patriots brought him in for a tryout and he won a 90-man spot, to me, that was an indicator that the Patriots were like, okay, we think he's got potential. We think he's got some talent, but we got to see it in person to make sure it wasn't just a flash in the pan against inferior competition. He comes in for the rookie mini camp. He impresses everybody. And I'm like, okay, this guy's a player. We like him. We want to bring him to the fold. I think this guy has a chance to be one of those undrafted free agent kind of steals. I'm not saying he's going to go on to be the Hall of Fame or a Pro Bowl or anything like that, but I think he could really contribute to this Patriots defense and special teams as well.
Yeah, Nick, and I think this is a great pickup for the Patriots as well, in the fact that they kind of needed a little bit of pass rushing depth. You got Judon, you got Uche, but after that, there's a couple guys. You got Jennings and White and Wise, so they're floating around, but you really need someone to be that next tier of pass rusher because of in this day and age, pass rushers rotated in and out so much to keep people fresh. They didn't draft any pass rushers in this draft. So getting this undrafted free agent who has a lot of potential to be maybe the next guy comes in. I think this is a great move for the Patriots in that way as well. I think this is getting him on track quicker to potentially show that he is going to be the steal of the draft. Anytime someone's getting playing time in the game, I think you're going to realize that they're a heck of a player more than just hearing, stories about practice and things like that. Guys working themselves up the ranks. So I think Person has a real chance to get play time in games this year and show that he is that guy. He is able to make the plays. I really like his chances of doing that, just because Patriots don't have a lot of depth at the pass rusher position and they didn't draft anybody. So this seems like a guy has a great chance to make the roster because of that fact, and he could potentially see some play time this season as well.
And don't forget the new special teams rule on kickoff and kickoff return, right? You're going to need to be a little bit beefier on both those special teams units. The days of the wide receiver being in the cornerback, being the predominant positions on kickoff and kickoff coverage, they're gone with these new rules. You need to be bigger, stronger, thicker. Person fits that to a T as well.
Data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, and anyone else who may want to target you. Your full name, email, home address, health records, even your relatives. It's all out there. That's why we use Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows us which data brokers are selling our information and automatically submits opt-out requests for us.
Cleaning up our information not only reduces the amount of that stupid spam we all get, but it also protects us from hackers who could use this information to help them access our social media accounts, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. Aura also does much more to protect us and our families from online threats. We also get features like antivirus protection, VPNs, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more without having to download several different apps. That's really key. One location, get all this great stuff. It's really easy to set up. And the best of all, we get everything at one affordable price.
And you may already have one or two of these tools already, but not having Aura is like locking the front door and leaving the back door wide open. Aura is always on, doing the hard work to keep you safe so you can focus on other tasks and have peace of mind. We value our privacy and we value yours. You can go to aura.com/Saturday to start your 2-week free trial. Also, link below in the description. Again, aura.com/Saturday for your free 2-week trial.